So I don't really do a whole lot of seasonal anime keep up these days. The last time that I really did it was when I joined my friends at the We Hate Anime podcast for their winter 2021 seasonal anime roundup. And that was because I went on the podcast. But for the majority of 2021, I haven't really been keeping up. And I really only watch stuff now when it really sticks out to me. And the other day on Twitter, Chefos, anime connoisseur, who diligently keeps up with anime every season, the guy is a true fan of anime, started posting up screenshots of this, and I knew immediately that this was something that I wanted to watch. The main character has this really cute design, and the art style seems a little bit different from what we normally see from anime, and it's so inviting. It looks like it would be a wholesome show, and I was like, yeah, that's what I'm into. That's what I look for these days. I don't really care too much about the edgy stuff, but after watching this first episode, you can see, though, that there is a little bit of a darker undertone through this story. The art style is inviting so that you would come watch this story, but once you actually start to sit down and watch it, you kind of see that there's a bit of a darker story kind of being told. And it really kind of reminds me of a fairy tale. It looks like a fairy tale. It looks like it's being set up like a fairy tale, but it's also a underdog story, and that's what we get in this main character, the prince. Boy, am I rooting for this character. I really want him to be a great king, and I think that there's a great story here that's gonna unfold. He is like openly mocked by the rest of the kingdom. He's the son and the first heir to the kingdom because he is the firstborn to the king, who is on his deathbed. You can tell that he doesn't have a whole lot of time left. The coughing up the blood is one surefire sign that he's not going to be long for this world. His first wife has already passed on, and so the main character, the prince, he's the true first heir, I guess, but he's the king has also remarried, and she has her son, who everybody believes should be the true heir. And because of how life goes, him being born first and this other boy being born second, he's missed out his opportunity, or just by faith itself, he's missed out on being the heir to the throne. So I can kind of already feel that there's gonna be some maybe mishaps, some sabotage going on by the queen, and to try and get her son to take over the throne. And it seems like he's ready for it. He's ready to play the game, I guess. But after watching this first episode, I would have believed that maybe the poor boy doesn't stand a chance, but I just can see that there's definitely some latent potential going on around here with this boy. But the whole premise around this main character and why everybody is overlooking him and thinking that he's not good enough to take over the throne is because he's deaf. He's a deaf child, and because he's deaf, he also can't speak well. If you've ever encountered or if you've ever interacted with a deaf person, because or a born deaf person, because they can't hear, they can only do their very best to try and mimic words the way that they see it when they're reading lips, and so it doesn't usually come out very well. It sounds very jarring if you've ever heard a deaf person speak, and it's not to disrespect them in any way, because I'm certainly not doing that, but it's just that is what's going on with this main character, is that he can't communicate either because he can't hear. He doesn't know what voices sound like. So he's made his first friend, and he's, for whatever reason, the only person that he can communicate with. So there's based off of the opening and the ED, you can tell that they're really gonna be there for each other. I think it's gonna be set up as one of those like them against the world, like this best friends type of story, adventure type thing, and I'm all for it. I really like those type of stories. I really like camaraderie in that way. So because he's deaf, like the rest of the town just kind of looks down on him and calls him stupid. And it's not that he's stupid, he's very observant, and I think that he's very capable of what's going on. He kind of uses his deafness, I guess, to kind of put on a face, but he really does believe in himself the way that his mom believed in him. And so he's hiding away his tears and putting on a face or putting on a front for everyone in such a way that it's so, man, I'm rooting for him. I really, really want this character to succeed. And so with this first episode, I've just already been sold on this story. I really cannot wait for episode 2 to come out and the rest of the series to come out. But I can certainly tell that there's something special being built here. And typically when watching anime, or yeah, I guess anything really, is I kind of start to wonder when that first episode or when an episode is gonna end. And I didn't do that with this episode. I as soon as the fight scene started up at the end of the first episode, I was like, oh, it's over. I want more. I never once clicked the screen to see how much time was left. And I think that is the markings of a first great episode, that it comes and goes and you're left wanting more. Because I immediately sampled a different show and I had that experience where I clicked on the screen about the 15-minute mark and I was like, oh, I got 5 minutes left. But anyways, Ranking of Kings, I think that this is something good here. I think that there's something special being set up here, and I'm all for it. I can't wait to keep watching and seeing where the story leads to. It kind of feels like this is what Disenchantment should have been. That Matt Groening show on Netflix. But anyways, have you seen Ranking of Kings? Have you seen that first episode? Are you excited for episode 2? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this video and you want to see more, then consider subscribing to the channel and leave a thumbs up. And as I already said, leave a comment down below. But for now, I'm gonna let this video finish and go edit it so that I can get it up on the channel. Bye, chat.